one of our favorite, and we love those plants.
Yes, we do.
The camellia, and a lot of folks don't know about it that much because they don't.
Yeah, and our last segment that a lot of the camellias weren't hardy in our listening zone, but now they are. So, they're
up in I've seen them in New York.
Yeah. Yep. So
amazing what they're doing.
There's hardies that are able to do zone 5. And if you're wondering what your hardiness zone is, just Google or search USDA hardiness map, and it will bring up your area across the country, and you'll see, what zone 5 is, 7 is, and they actually are reduced to like 7A or 7B and those kind of things. Camellias are kind of like a broadleaf evergreen, similar to a rhododendron, PJM. I don't consider them as azalea as much because their azaleas are more compact and grow more bushy. That's all. I don't like people. Do you have any bushes? It's like, oh boy. Anyway, but camellias, they flower in the fall, and that they're somewhat tolerant of clay soil, but they do grow best in a well-draining soil with lots of organic matter. So remember, plant them the way that we tell you. Dig the hole twice the size of the bottom. Add half a soil amendment like bumper crop and half your existing soil. Mix it all together. Pack it all around the root. So you're doing like a 50-50 mix. They will take sun, but they do better in semi-shade. And that's because the winter sun will burn them up. They don't like that. And our sun changes as you look outside today. You know that there's less sun. And it's not because of daylight savings time. There's just less sun naturally based on the tilt of the earth and so many things that we need to get. We need to get our Harold on. Harold to explain all that for us. Yeah. Our NASA scientist. I always think it's funny that Harold is such a nice guy, but he likes plants that eat like. That are like carnivorous plants. Yeah. He's a nice man. That, Harold is a listener that's in Staten Island, and he is an expert on carnivorous plants. And that I have to mention, his son Max his son is here in Philadelphia. He is the weatherman on the CBS News. Anyway, back to camellias. When you plant them, also it's if they're in semi-shade and the winter sun is not going to hit them, that also it's less of a temperature fluctuation, and it also goes down to basically drying. I am bold and talk about my Yuletide blooming, and I post pictures onto our Facebook page of my January blooming Yuletide camellias that are, of course, next to my garbage cans. They're by my garage, okay? They're by my garage. When I pull in, they see them, and then I go through the garage door, and there they are, and I get to enjoy them that way. I never use the front door. I don't think I have many people that use the front door.
I don't think so either.
So, in any case.
To see the trash cans.
But they're beautiful. You don't see that. You don't go past the trash cans to get into the house when you go through the garage. I have a nice little fence there with a nice bike that's hanging from them. Anyway, but Yuletide is a great variety that blooms through the winter. And that, those winter days where it and nights where it touches around 32, they'll survive. The flowers will survive that. If it's in the 20s, you'll get like one day out of the flowers, but it's covered in flowers. So this happens all the way from December, Yuletide, right? Get it? Yuletide, Christmas, all the way through February. So I've still has flowers, and it. To me, it's a miraculous thing. It's just the wonder of plants. I go out, if you can find camellias at this time of the year, go to your local garden center, ask them, do they have any camellias? And are there any fall varieties? They do best when planted in the fall, and that there are spring varieties as well. So one thing I do suggest is you're going to spray them with an anti-transpirant, which encapsulates the moisture into the plant. And it's called Wilt Stop that you're going to use by Bonide. It's a great thing that is underused in the horticultural gardening community. So again, go get a camellia, plant it in the ground, put it in a protected, like a wind protected area, and you'll be amazed on how beautiful it is. Because it doesn't look like a rhododendron or azalea. It looks completely different. So again, and different colors, everything from white to pink to that deep red with yellow centers.
It's awesome.
Great plant. Camellias, plant one today.
Yeah.